Installation in live. निलेश जी आप लाइव में आप इंट्रोडक्शन दे दीजिए आप.
Okay. A very good evening to all the eminent doctors. Thank you so much for joining us for today's webinar. Our endeavor is to spread awareness about rabies, which is fatal but can be avoided once appropriately vaccinated. This is an initiative from Cadila through its innovation to serve the society and humankind. The topic of the webinar is dosage reduction strategy in rabies management, role of novel vaccine. Dear doctor, rabies is the world's first novel 3-dose anti-rabies vaccine, and with great pride, we would like to inform you that rabies has successfully completed 1 year of launch with more than 40k animal bite victims being vaccinated. 100% compliance was recorded and no case of ADRs was registered. With this, it is my honor to introduce you to the speaker of today's webinar, Dr. Satyendra Kumar, MD Physician Munger. Now I would like to request Dr. Satyendra sir to initiate the talk, and later on we will have a question and answer session. All the participants can drop their questions in the drop box and we will read out all the questions after the presentation. Dr. Satyendra sir, hand over to you, sir.
Myself, Dr. Satyendra Kumar. Welcome to all participants, doctors. Today, we are going to discuss a very innovative vaccine innovated by Cadila Pharmaceuticals that has revolutionized the entire spectrum. बोला ही ना उसको से याद नहीं रहा है. As we know, rabies is also known to us by the name of hydrophobia. And most of us, in their lifetime of medical practice, one or more cases have been watched by them, it being a case of hydrophobia. And it is seated in the mind that once the hydrophobia stage has occurred, we can't protect the life of the infected person. See, globally, there are 59,000 human deaths annually. And out of them, in India, stands about 20,000 human deaths per year. This accounts for about 60% of rabies death in Asia and 35% globally. 91% of deaths in India occur in rural areas. नहीं आ रहा है, नीचे आ रहा
कर दीजिए।
है।
मुझे लगता नहीं।
Dog is the vital animal causing rabies, but besides dog, most of the carnivorous animals like fox, cat, wolves, jackals, they all can cause rabies. Now the question is that what can be done in context of saving the lives of the person who becomes rabies infected by bite. First and foremost thing is that first aid, that is local wound treatments. It is the most important part, and by doing it, we can save 80% of the virus from the body of the suspected being washed out. So, local wound treatment, we just irrigate the wound, which might be due to likes or bite, under running tap water for at least 15 minutes. Should be more, if possible. Wash with soap and water. Or detergents, or alcohol, or pivodine iodine solution. By doing this, we can wash out almost 80% of the virus, so that the chances of the person being infected with rabies becomes minimum. Now the second phase is active immunization. Now, whatever vaccines are available are of or are widely used. There are 5 doses vaccine being 0, 3, 7, 14, and 20. This should be done in priority, but there are some fallacy in continuing the 5-dose vaccine. Now, passive immunization is necessary when the bite or like is on the face, head, neck, upper extremities. Then we give passive immunization with rabies immunoglobulin at the same time start active immunization. And if the wound is deeper, we irrigate the wound with soap and water with catheter for minimum of 15 minutes. Start active immunization and passive immunization at the same time by the immunoglobulin, rabies immunoglobulin. That can save the life of the infected person. Now so the extensive wound washing is the prime measure to facilitate the wash out of the rabies virus. Whatever vaccines are available in the market, I told about the fallacies. That's 5-dose vaccine, and chances are of non-compliance of the doses. Previously, inactivated vaccines were used when 15 to 31 injections were being given. But now they are obsolete because usually they were in short supply, minimum stability, inconsistency in potency, and by and large, there was much as adverse event associated with that inactivated vaccines. So now current rabies vaccines are cell culture vaccine, which are being used by our hospital setup and in private practices. Now, what does it mean by compliance? Compliance means if 5-dose vaccines are being given, who receive full courses of ARV, that is, the scheduled dose of ARV on the recommended dates. Delayed compliance means who completed the scheduled dose of ARV within 60 days, but deviated from the scheduled regime. And drop out or non-compliant who had taken at least 1 dose of ARV after animal bite, but not completed all these scheduled doses. The reason of death may be due to lack of administration of rabies immunoglobulin or poor compliance to vaccination. And few cases had been studied in which found that they had not completed the 5-dose schedule as per time. And there was some lack of post-exposure prophylaxis. These together caused the death of the infected person. Now the question is that how it has been assessed that the vaccine about which we are talking about developed by Cadila Pharmaceuticals, rabies, that is recombinant rabies G protein, about at Safdarganj Hospital, New Delhi, about 360 animal bites were studied and 53% were found non-compliant due to the full course of ARD. At Municipal Corporation Hospital, Bangalore, 215 animal bites patients were studied and one dose of rabies vaccine administered intramuscularly on day 0, 3, 7, 14, 28 as post-exposure prophylaxis, and also measure constraints for compliance to complete course. The compliance rate for intramuscular rabies vaccination was 60%. Why this occurs? In our hospital practice, we have noticed that sometimes the date falls on Sunday or any day which are the vacation day. The timing of the OPD interferes with the school timing. To some extent, distance of the hospital. Patient part is that he has internal stability. Non-compliance led to evolution in treatment regime. Now meeting the unmet medical need, introducing a novel vaccine with simple and shorter regimen. Novel 3-dose recombinant rabies G protein vaccine. It is unique in the sense that first protein subunit vaccine prepared by VLP platform technology. First vaccine with 3-dose intramuscular regime, that is 0, 3rd and 7th day. And it has a better compliance due to easy to flow regime and less number of visits patient have to. The vaccine is very convenient, ready to use, and no reconstitution is needed. Among all viral proteins, only G protein is known to be important for immunogenicity against rabies vaccine, rabies virus. The G protein is the major antigen in the formation of neutralizing antibodies against rabies virus. G protein is difficult to stabilize, but Cadila Pharmaceuticals Limited has isolated, purified, and stabilized by using VLP technology. The recombinant rabies G vaccine is the first recombinant nanoparticle-based rabies vaccine prepared by using virus-like particles, that is VLP platform. Virus-like particles are nanostructure that resemble the structure of virus. They are composed of one or more structural proteins that can be arranged in several layers and can also contain a lipid outer envelope. VLPs trigger a higher humoral and cellular immune response due to repetitive structures. A key factor regarding VLP safety is the lack of viral genomic material, which enhances safety during both manufacture and administration. The vast majority of preventative viral vaccine consists of an attenuated or inactivated virus for administration to the individual to provoke a protective immune response. This type of vaccine are very effective and the use of adjuvants is not required. Newer generation vaccine improves safety by removing whole viruses from the formulation together. Instead, utilizing protein subunits, DNA or virus-like particles. These subunit vaccines are composed of recombinant viral protein or purified proteins from the wild-type virus, which act as antigens. VLPs are unable to replicate in the recipient, but stimulate the immune system through recognition of repetitive subunits, producing a high cellular and humoral immune response due to the advantage compared to other types of vaccine. The interest in VLP technology is increased in recent years. A randomized comparator controlled multicenter phase 3 clinical study has been done to evaluate the immunogenicity and safety of rabies G protein vaccine administered as simulated post-exposure immunization in healthy volunteers. Total subjects were 800. Of them, 533 subjects were given rabies vaccine and 267 subjects were given other 5-dose vaccine like Rabipur or others. They are consistent across different age groups and genders. Finding was that with 3-dose vaccine of rabies, there was non-inferiority for seroprotection. Primary endpoint at day 14 and 42 were met, and test and comparator were found identical in seroprotection rate both on 14 and 42 days. This vaccine has other advantage that less adverse effect compared to reference vaccine or other vaccine, safe, immunogenic, similar to the 5-dose vaccine. And for this novel invention, the Cadila Pharmaceuticals has got awards for this vaccine from Pharma Innovation of the Year by Economic Times and Innovative Product of the Year, the Golden Globe Tigers Award, Malaysia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, doctor, for the informative talk. And our HO member, Siddharth sir, will you say something to doctor sir?
Thank you so
Hello.
much, doctor. It was a very great and very informative talk, and I hope that it will be an eye opener to each and every animal bite patients. And of course, there's a non-compliance rate for the anti-rabies vaccine is more. That after the third dose, so there's a compliance decreases. So it is an initiative by the Cadila Pharmaceutical to launch the most successful vaccine, and it has completed it for 1 year of launch, and we are getting huge appreciation from all over across all over India. Thank you so much, doctor, for your valuable time, and thank you so much, Shailesh ji and the entire team for making this webinar successful.